everyone, welcome back to another episode with me, Living Free Ashley. Okay, you guys, I am so pumped for today's recipe. It literally blew my mind. I did like a little happy dance in the kitchen when I finished making it the first time. Okay, so if you are gluten-free, vegan, and soy-free like me, you probably haven't had like a vegan lunch meat or a vegan deli slice in a while because they're usually made with soy or wheat or both. Not that there's anything wrong with those two things, I just am allergic to the world and can't handle gluten and soy. So when I found this recipe, I was like, I have to try this. So this recipe, the original recipe, comes from rabbitandwolves.com. However, her recipe is tofu based. Now what I'm using today is my chickpea flour tofu, and I'll link the recipe and the video up here so you can see how to make it, because you need one portion of this whole recipe to make the vegan lunch meat recipe. So, oh, before we go on, I did have a little bit of a flub up, which you'll see further down in the video, but I just wanted to show it because I'm not perfect. I have fails and flubs all the time, but I just wanted to show that fails can still lead to good recipes and you can still kind of fix it after, unless you go too far. But anyways, you can still fix it and you can still be a great cook or baker even if you do make mistakes along the way. So let's make some vegan lunch meat. Okay, so start by getting your chickpea tofu out of the fridge. I made this the day before and I made sure it was a nice firm chickpea tofu by whisking it quite a long time on the stove. You're just gonna break that up and put it into your blender. And then you're gonna add 2 teaspoons of gluten-free soy sauce or tamari, 2 teaspoons of liquid smoke. This is really a secret and powerful ingredient for things like this. 2 teaspoons of vegan poultry seasoning. I use this local Plantbase Stock This Way seasoning, but you can use whatever your favorite one is. 1 teaspoon of granulated garlic, 1.5 teaspoons of paprika, half a teaspoon of crushed red pepper flakes, and about a teaspoon of sea salt, give or take. And you just want to blend that up until it's nice and smooth. You can see the consistency that I got with my Vitamix. Oh, I forgot to say you want to preheat your oven to 450 degrees, and then get out a baking sheet and line it with a silicone mat or with parchment paper. Scoop all of the blended mixture onto your silicone mat and spread it out with a spatula until it's nice and thin and smooth. On the original blog, she suggested putting a piece of parchment paper over top and rolling it with a pin as well, but I wanted to see how it worked out if you just used your spatula to thin it out. After you've gotten it nice and smooth, sprinkle it with a little bit of black pepper and paprika, and you want to bake it for about 20 to 25 minutes. Now, this is where I had my little flub up. I got distracted and I took my eye off of the oven, and at about 22 minutes, I realized that it was starting to burn. So, a little bit of a fail, but I knew I could save most of it, so it wasn't too far gone. It was just a good reminder to pay attention to your oven. So from there, I just flipped it over onto a cutting board and I chopped off all of the burnt pieces. Hopefully you won't need to do this. And then I just cut it into 9 equal squares in this kind of lunch meat form. It held together so well, and the texture was kind of this rubbery texture, but not in a bad way. And oh my goodness, the flavor you get from this was outstanding. So I immediately had to make lunch, and I took a gluten-free vegan bagel out and put on some mustard, some Blue Heron soft cheese, lettuce, tomato, cucumbers, pickles, and of course topped it with the good old vegan lunch meat. Doesn't that look amazing? Oh, can't wait to dive in. Okay, I can't be the only one that thinks this is totally cool, right? Please tell me that other people out there totally love this and are super excited by this, because yes, I've had like sandwiches and bagels before, but it's usually just stuffed with veggies, which is totally cool. I usually do a bunch of veggies and hummus and stuff like that, but it's really cool to have that kind of feeling of that the lunch meat or having that extra protein or something like that in your sandwich or bagel. So I'm pretty pumped. And yes, there is protein in this because chickpea flour is high in protein, high in fiber, it's super inexpensive. So with this vegan lunch meat, you are saving money, you're saving packaging because you're making it yourself, and you're saving the environment and saving the animals. So it's just a win-win-win all around. So thank you again for watching another episode with me, Living Free Ashley. Don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and cheers to living free.